Hey guys, we're going to be looking at how to using editable poly, edit poly. I'm just going to create a small chair and then show you guys on how you can go about changing it and things like that pretty much. Alright, I'm just going to zero this out real quick. Again, I'm just starting with a simple box. The dimensions, I'm just using whichever ones for now. I'm going to add my edit poly modifier right off the bat. You can also right click on the object, say convert to editable poly. Next one I'm going to say edge, select this edge and go to loop. Okay, this is what loop does. When you click on loop, you select a line. When you click on loop, it goes from edge to edge to edge, okay, connecting corners. If you click on segment and then say ring, it's gonna select all the segments that are in parallel to them. Okay, real nifty tool. I'm gonna go to my polygon and delete one half real quick. Click on that again to turn that off. Add a modifier called symmetry modifier. Okay, I'm going to hit flip to pop that out. Okay, symmetry modifier is cool. You change one side, the other side changes for you, so you don't have to do multiple things. Okay, so that's just a quick little chair kind of dealio over here. Real boxy, nothing fancy. So like so. Alright, next one I'm going to go to is go to edge, select these guys, and select these guys. You can also do is select one edge, the other edge, hit ring, select them all around, connect. Now you can have multiple segments when you hit the settings box next to connect, okay, which is this box here. If you have multiple segments, you can pinch them or slide them away from each other, so depending on how you kind of want it. Alright, I'm just going to do one segment for now, and you can also slide them depending on where you want them also. Alright, okay, one segment, and I'm just going to round these out just a little bit more, like so. Okay, now moreover, I'm looking for, the roundness doesn't, I don't want it over here, but more in the front and the back. So I'll go to edge again, select this vertex, click on ring, click connect. One vertex is okay, or one segment. I'm gonna move them back, move front. Okay, it's really easy, guys. If you do it in the top viewport, it's probably the best way to do it. um, I'm not being good right now and I'm using perspective. Okay, so top viewport, select them, move them. Okay, kind of round that out there. Next, what I'm going to do is get rounded edges all the way around. Okay, select this. Okay, note you only have to select one side, you don't need to select both sides to get that out. Alright, but before I do that, two things I want to establish. One, where is my back going to come out? Two, armrest if I have armrest. Three, my legs, how are they going to come out? Okay, so you want to kind of establish those before you kind of, before you start putting in details and stuff like that. Alright, my backrest, it's going to be from back here. I am going to have a peg for my armrest, but I'll show you guys a different modifier to use that. And my legs are going to be separate, so I'm not going to worry about those at the bottom. But what I will do though is I will make indentations down here to say this is where the legs kind of fit in. Alright, so let's get the back kind of down and then the pegs for the arms kind of down. Select this segment edge here, this edge here, one running vertical, one horizontal. Click on ring. Oops. Click on ring. You want to deselect these in the corner. Click on connect once. That's all you need. Actually, if you click on the connect settings box, we can slide these back like so. Actually, more like this. More like this. Okay. In edge mode, you want to select this edge and this edge here at the bottom. And then what we want to do is click on insert vertex, click on there, and then click on there, go to vertex level, select these two vertices, these two, the new ones you just created, click connect. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my top viewport real quick. Now if I hit F3, I could select both of them here, and I'm just gonna move these down. Okay, see how much easier it is to move them in the top viewport than in the perspective. Really makes life simpler, like so. And I'm gonna move these in here and this way. Like so. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is select these three. Oops. Go to my perspective viewport, and I'm just going to move them down just a little bit. Okay, and also rotate it back. Like so. Okay, the reason I do that is because it pulls that little indentation there, so, you know, little part where you sit in. Right, next I'm going to select these two polygons in the back. I'm going to click on bevel. I'm going to extrude out the height. Okay, and you want it to be as tall as your back gonna be, your backrest gonna be. Click OK. And I'm gonna move that back a little, and I'm gonna click rotate. Rotate that back. Alright, so that's our back. It's down. It's done. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a little peg for my armrest. Okay. To do that, kind of, you can say, you know, two things. You can just have two things kind of come out, or have three, all three of them. But I'm just gonna say these two for now. Actually, these two for now. And I'm gonna say bevel. I'm gonna pull the height out to where my armrests are going to be, kind of, or how high they're gonna be. So about there. Click OK. Alright. Next, I'm gonna move these in just a little bit here. Just a little bit. Okay. Now, go to my edge level, select these two guys, click on connect, move that up, go to polygon, delete these polygons at the bottom. Okay. Now you want to shape out how you want your armrest to be, so say that and that. Okay, you kind of want to be careful when you move these, because you're going to have a little bit of problem if you move them too far. You might select some of these at the bottom, so you want to be careful when you move these. So something like that from armrest. And also, I'm going to take my armrest. Okay, I'm going to move them out just a little bit, like so. Okay, because they usually are a little out. Same concept goes to the back if you need to, but for the back, what I'm going to say is connect. I'm going to connect it about that many times. Slide to 0, click OK. Now, what you want to do is either in the front or the left viewport, it's probably best. You go ahead and you change these on how you want them. Okay, so if you're trying to be, if you're being a little creative or something, you can do that. But if you're just looking, you know, if you just want to make a simple chair, just kind of get it over with, kind of deal, hey, go for it. You know, leave it straight. No problemo there. Okay. So I'm gonna say something like that, a little crooked, a little weird looking thing. Go back to my perspective, so that's my back right there. Now I'm gonna go to border, select this border, select this border. Okay, these two should be open because we deleted those polygons, so don't freak out. Click on bridge settings box next to bridge, and then let's increase up the segment to like 4. Let's bring our taper in. Okay, you can say out if you want to, but I'm just gonna bring them in. It's kind of easy for me there. I'm gonna say 6 segments, so it'll give me a smoother surface there. Something like so. Okay, now you have bias. You can move them up or down depending on how you want it. So whichever looks good, whichever you're kind of happy with, you can do that. So I might personally like something like this. Okay, click OK once you have that down. Alright, next thing is down here you probably want to create another base. You don't have to, but that's really if you want to, you can. This edge here, click on chamfer. Let's bring in 2 segments and then let's round that out just a little bit, like so. Click OK. Same, actually you don't need to on the back, should be fine. I'm going to select this edge, click on ring, click on connect, but connect only one time this time. Click OK, and I want to scale that uniformly, so rotate your view so someplace you can see it good. There you go. Select this edge, click on. Alright, so I think that should be fine for now. Alright, let me add a turbo smooth and see what this looks like. It's the end result. So that looks about okay. It's alright. Alright, so we're gonna say it's okay for now. There's some things that I would rather go in here and then change. Personally, I would spend some more time detailing this out, but due to time restrictions on YouTube, I have to kind of keep moving on with this. Alright, so something like that. Now you guys can go ahead and work further with this, make this as fancy as you want. Alright, now legs, couple of ways. If you watch some of my other tutorials, you can use lathe to create quick little legs, put them on here. You can also do is extrude legs out of the bottom here. You can extrude legs out of here too if you want to. Let me show you that real quick. Probably be easier right now. So I'm gonna say a little artistic here, okay? Or me trying to be artistic, kind of, in a sense. Okay, and I'm gonna use my extrude and bevel. I'm gonna bring the bevel down just a little bit, like so. Click OK. Alright, go to my vertex level. I'm gonna push this back. Make this skimpier just a little bit. Maybe that's right. Click OK. So, they're trying to be artistic here, but you guys kind of get the drift on what I'm talking about with these. Say, close it out. So there we go. So you can pull out little legs if you need to. One of the reasons why this would happen also is because a little quick extrude at the bottom wouldn't hurt, because that will make them sharp at the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna say turbo smooth. I'm gonna say to soften it out more. Now again, you want to spend some more time detailing out these corners and stuff, which will be the next tutorial coming up right after this one. So please watch part 2 of this.